Before we get started with today's interview, just a quick reminder, click the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and ding the bell so that you don't miss any of the great interviews that we have coming up. Now, on to today's interview. It is my great pleasure today to welcome Keith Snell. Thank you so much for being here today and taking time to talk to us. Welcome, Keith.
Thank you so much. It's really my pleasure. Great to be here, Sam.
I would like to spend a little bit of time talking about your book, which is on the new festival bulletin, the book 3 Sonatinas. So I'd like to move on to talking about your second sonatina. So this first movement has a very bright first theme in G major, and you once again give it to us in right hand first, but then you echo it in the left hand. Talk to us a little bit about the philosophy about echoing themes between hands.
So I just really want to give the hands, I want to be fair to both hands, you know? And what's fun is that this theme is just turned upside down in the left hand. It's the same theme turned upside down, you know? So it's just giving the hands an equal voice. That's really what I'm thinking. And, you know, when you are keeping things in 5-finger positions, you need to take advantage of the range that you have by having that pass back and forth, having the melody, have a scope that swims back and forth between the two hands, rather than always just leaving it in one or the other. So I just think that's a very effective way. But I do like giving the hands sort of a mirror image that they can have an equal time playing the themes.
In the second theme, you've given us an opportunity to really shape a long line and then hold one note while we're playing some accompaniment in the other hand. What are the things that you emphasize to students as you're teaching this piece?
So what's that moment you talk about there, measure 12, is you see I've marked that pianissimo for that little accompaniment. So keeping that really staccato and really quiet. And the tricky thing is to get a light staccato sound, because a lot of times when students play staccato, it comes out accented. You know, they're just learning how to play staccato, and it can come out as quite a sharp, accented sound. And so it's learning to just have a very quiet, light sound right there. So that is really key in that moment, you know. And yes, of course, from the high note dropping to the low note, shaping back up to the high note is very, very important. And then, of course, you want that contrast where you do in measure 12 have the quiet moment, very contrasted, of course, then with 15 and 16, where this time it's going to make a crescendo to the end of the theme.
The development steps through a couple of different 5-finger positions. What are some strategies to help students move fluidly and easily between them?
I would actually, the first thing I do is just block those positions with triads, you know, block the D major position with the right hand and then the E minor position, and show how simple the left hand is. It's just thumb moving up, you know. And then obviously at measure 21, it's the same thing as the second theme. They've already played that, you know. So I would just prep that ahead of time by blocking those position changes.
Excellent advice. Is there anything else you'd like us to know about this movement?
I have a couple of pedal markings in here, and there's just 2. And I sometimes try to avoid that. You know, when there's just one pedal marking at the end of a piece, sometimes it's really hard for kids to remember that there's a pedal marking there. Or it becomes this huge moment, oh my God, I've got to get my foot up on the pedal, you know. But I'll tell you why I put these in here. The pedal marking at 24 is in conjunction with the ritardando and the diminuendo. So it's actually a moment to linger in the pedaled sound. And students can really take their time and just enjoy that sound before they go back to the tempo. And then the pedal marking at the end is just to give that final note good strength, you know. because that pedal is going to help with the sforzando. So that's why those are there.
Excellent insights. That's really helpful. Keith Snell, thank you so much for joining me today and talking about your book. Keith Snell's book is 3 Sonatinas. It is available from awesome music retailers near you. Thank you, Keith.
You're welcome. Thank you, Sam.